Tell me when you're ready. You ready? Okay. I'm Teresa Yeremyan. I am the Government Affairs Director of the Armenian National Committee of America, Western Region. Today we're gathered here because it's the 99th anniversary of the Armenian Genocide. And relevant to today, we have a lot of tragedies that have taken place. Coinciding with the genocide this year, we also have the invasion that's happened in Kasab. Today our youth has come out, not only because of today being the 99th anniversary, but our youth has instigated a social media campaign that with hashtag Save Kasab and hashtag Armenian Genocide and hashtag Turkey Failed to show our strength with the hundreds of thousands of people who on social media have learned about the Armenian Genocide through our efforts. Today is especially important because just a little over a week ago, the U.S. Senate passed SRES 410. The Senate Foreign Relations Committee recognized the Armenian Genocide, which it hasn't done in 25 years. This effort was spearheaded by Senator Menendez, and this shows that there is a movement forward for the United States to actually recognize the Armenian Genocide. We're disappointed as an ANC today to hear that President Obama has not changed his views, has not called it a genocide, and continues to allow the government of Turkey to gag rule the U.S. government. Today, if we were talking about slavery or we were talking about the Holocaust, this would not be the situation. Armenia should not be singled out, and the genocide should be recognized, and it's no exception to any other genocide.
I went to Ferahian from kindergarten and on to high school, and after years from graduating, we still like to come and support Armenian people, and it's a shame that after so many years, the United States still hasn't recognized that the genocide has occurred.
Basically, the reason that all these people are here and why it's so important to come out here is because after 99 years, it's not just the day that we commemorate as the first day of the genocide. This is actually a day that we have to come together and show the world together that after 99 years, after a century, that we're still here. We've survived, we've endured, we've persevered, and we've continued to live. And that's the most important thing for us. And we use that, we channel that energy to show the world that not only do we know that the genocide happened, we recognize that genocide happened, but we are the rightful owners of our land and we want our land back. Just as any human being that is born to their land, that is their land. Armenia and Western Armenia, which is now in Eastern Turkey, that is our land, and we bear right to that land, and we want that land back.
Parev, Anunis Evak Tankyane, and I come down here every year, ever since I was a youth, growing up in Los Angeles, going to the AYF, and we come here to let the community and the Turkish people here to know that we're always going to be here. They failed, they're never going to wipe us out, and we're going to get what we want eventually. And that's why we're here.
Well, my name Jack Hajinian, Mayor Pro Tem City of Montebello. We commemorate the 99th anniversary of the genocide. We think as good human beings by this time, the Republic of Turkey and this great nation, the United States, would formally recognize what took place as genocide. But unfortunately, we had two bad statements that were made. One was made yesterday by Prime Minister Erdogan, calling the genocide relocation. I am appalled by that statement. I would rather he not say anything than say that. And second was President Obama, for the 6th year in a row, broke his promise to recognize the Armenian genocide. I can't understand how we can get so involved in a lot of foreign matters, but on this particular issue, we can't recognize the event as genocide. Give us what we want. We're your constituents. Mr. Obama, we're part of that 99% that you keep talking about. And so we're here today exercising our constitutional right to express our opinion, our concern. We're here, part of the struggle to recognize the genocide. And we hope one day the bad people that work here for the Turkish government can do the right thing along with the entire Republic of Turkey. But we will continue to fight until that day comes.
Well, on the 99th anniversary, just like on every other anniversary before this and every anniversary after this, it's imperative that we continue to be here in solidarity on April 24th to demonstrate our conviction to ensure that justice is done for the crimes that were committed against our people. And, you know, I think it's very important that while we continue to work hard for appropriate recognition of the genocide, we also work to make sure that the Armenian community of the present day is not victimized as well. This is not a matter of history that just ended 99 years ago. This is something that's ongoing till today, and we see that with, you know, the invasion of the last Western Armenian town of Kilikia, for example. We see that from troops coming across the border from Turkey. We see that with the threats to Artsakh, the daily threats to Artsakh's sovereignty, and the threats that we get from Azerbaijan that they'll plant the flag of Azerbaijan in Republic Square in Yerevan. So until today, the Armenian people are still facing the threat of annihilation, and that's why it's so important that we continue to be vigilant, not just for recognition of history, as important as that is, but also to stand together in solidarity as a community globally to protect ourselves from the threats that we face even today.
So I'm here with the Armenian Youth Federation. We've been coming here for almost 50 years now, and we're making progress, but it's never enough. Just recently there was news announced that Erdogan has said that he's sorry for he offers his condolences to the victims, but an apology is never going to be enough. An apology is just empty words unless there's action to follow up those words. So he can apologize all he wants, but unless he's ready to give us some justice, reparations, a right to return to our lands, a promise that he'll stop destroying our cultural monuments in Turkey, then it doesn't mean anything. Then it's just insincere, and it's just a political opportunity for him to try and look good. The United States, it's unfortunate that the United States refuses to recognize a chapter of history that it actually took part in to help Armenians. U.S. humanitarian aid is partly what helped Armenians survive those dark years that the Ottoman Empire put us through. And it's unfortunate, but the reality is that Turkey and the United States of America are geopolitical allies, and for them, they're putting their military interests, their foreign interests, in front of the interests of their own citizens and their constituents, which is shameful, and it's unfair.
My name is Huri Minoyan, and my ancestors are from Sasun. Today we are here in Los Angeles protesting for our rights and demanding that Turkey give us justice and all our lands back.
In the country of Armenia, Western Armenia, now Eastern Turkey. 99 years ago, our people were exterminated. Our people being the Armenian people, one of the oldest civilizations in the history of man. Exterminated, like bugs, not like humans. It's an embarrassment to humanity that we have not accepted this worldwide. It's one of those things where Edmund Burke said this the best when he said, all that is needed for evil to prevail is for good men to do nothing. There are a handful of good men in the world, and we're all here. Everyone's around. Everyone knows what's going on. All the good men are standing up, but the rest of them are not doing anything. We need the world. We need the U.S. government. We need all of Europe. We need the entire world to recognize what happened, to recognize the atrocity that happened 99 years ago, the extermination, the blood that was spilled of our ancestors. 1.5 million people, no less than that. It's the fact. It's not arguable. It's not an act of war. It was an act of extermination. It was a genocide. What I ask of the Armenian people now is to continue fighting. Every year we get stronger, we get smarter, we get louder, we get more determined. We need to continue fighting, and we cannot go down without a fight. Until the last Armenian in this world is alive, we need to make sure that we avenge the 1.5 million souls that died, because it's difficult. It's taken us 99 years and we're not there yet. We can't lie to ourselves, we can't kid ourselves. The US government has not accepted this yet. Turkey has not accepted this yet. A criminal has gotten away with a crime for over 99 years, unscathed. We can't allow for this to happen. Humanity cannot allow for this to happen. It's not for me, it's not for all the people here to decide, it's for the world to decide. We all know the universal truths. Genocide is not acceptable in any form of the way that it happens. I ask the world, open your eyes, break the shackles of injustice, wake up, recognize what's going on, and recognize what will happen. Because me, the people here, all the people around the world, we cannot forget. We will not forget. It's not possible that we forget something like this. Because the second that we do, that's when we open the doors to allow for this to happen again.